Hey guys, what's up? So this is astrotheme.com. You just put in your info, and this is my birth chart, of course. Tuesday, February 10th, 1987, 8:08 a.m. in El Paso, Texas, which in Spanish means the pass, of course. So I got like New Mexican and Texan in me, kind of, because it's right on the border there, and Mexico right there. So and it was 8 in the morning, right? So the sun was just rising. This AC right here is the Ascendant. It's literally just pictured as the horizon of Earth. Okay, if I was born at midnight, the sun would be right here. If I was born at noon, it'd be right on top. So when you look up, this is where the planets were, and behind them were these constellations. Now you can see the blue is all the trines and sextiles, which are positive harmonious alignments between the planets, and the red is the squares and oppositions, which can be challenges, but they're good because that gives you sort of a complex, actually. You can see I have the Grand Trine, Mercury in Pisces, trining Moon in Cancer, trining Pluto in Scorpio. Now what's interesting about that specifically, so that's all the water signs, so I'm more intuitive than most Aquariuses because my sun's in Aquarius, but I have all these other planets in different signs, so you're not just an Aquarius or whatever from your daily horoscope. But in my case, the moon rules Cancer. Okay, so it's interesting that the moon is in Cancer, so it's highlighted that I'm kind of an emotional person, but creative too. And Pluto is ruled by Scorpio, so that again is highlighted. So I'm pretty Scorpio-like in my own way. And also, before they knew about Neptune, Jupiter was ruled by Pisces. So Pisces has a double ruler of Neptune and Jupiter. So me and Nietzsche have Jupiter in Pisces 3, okay, at the very end of Pisces. And lastly, Mars, is ruled by Aries. Okay, so I have Mars in its ruling sign. So I'm kind of like an exaggeration, in my opinion, of a lot of different signs. So that's why I think I can see in a lot of different perspectives. And Aquarius is about brotherhood and universality and zooming out and seeing the big picture. What's cool about this site, you can click Aquarius, of course, tells you about what the sun is, tells you what sun in Aquarius is. We live for the future, obviously. And sun in the 12th house. So you can only look at your houses if you know what time you're born, and city, of course. The sector of mystical experiences, ordeals, and hurdles, like me and Francis Bacon. You believe spiritual evolution is achieved through ordeals and through renunciation. A lot of sacrifices we have to make in order to, have our pursuit of truth. It's cool. You can just click on these other ones, Mars and Aries. React promptly when you face adversity. Relationships have emotionalism stronger than reason. Mars in the first house. This is really good stuff. Aries is the first sign, and Pisces is the last sign. Okay, so it goes like that. And what we can do also using a different website, you can look up these different aspects and stuff. It'll also give you a chart. If you don't know how to read it, you can, say like display like all the information or whatever, and then you can do that. But I can read it, so I can just be like, okay, the moon is opposing Venus and Neptune. So I can just read moon opposed Venus aspect and, Google that. Or Neptune is conjuncting Venus in Capricorn. So I can just read Venus conjunct Neptune aspect and Google. And then, you see that kind of stuff. But what's interesting is 1987 was the end of the 9 hell cycles, and when Quetzalcoatl was supposed to be reborn, according to Jose Arguelles, who was Paco Votan reborn. Okay, so I think Jose is kind of onto something. In fact, he's an Aquarius year of the rabbit, like me. Okay, so in Western, I have the same astrological archetypes in Western astrology as the person who prophesied the Quetzalcoatl rebirth. So an Aquarius rabbit, Paco Votan, prophesied an Aquarius rabbit, Quetzalcoatl. And I'm saying Nietzsche's Quetzalcoatl as well. He was a Libra dragon, like John Lennon, revolutionaries. But yeah, so 1987, year of harmonic convergence. A lot of people were waking up to New Age stuff, so that's just all in my personality, okay? And these things mean stuff too. Chiron and Gemini. So Chiron is where you're wounded kind of in life, and Gemini is good communicators. So once again, I have an issue with communicating. I'm kind of wounded in that regard psychologically. Saturn in Sagittarius makes me kind of a rebel. Yeah, see, rebellion. Stuff like that. But I'm also interested in, let's see. I have intellectual honesty. I do not fake my knowledge. I do not compromise with truth. I mean, come on, y'all. That's me in a nutshell. Well, this whole thing is me in a nutshell. Okay, I know how I talk smack about Capricorns, but my generation has Neptune in Capricorn. Okay, I mean, and I got to admit, Neptune is ruled by religion and spirituality, and Capricorn tries too hard. So, am I trying too hard, trying to believe all these different things all at once? Maybe. Or I'm just really open-minded spiritually and want to find God in every single way that I can. Okay? Whereas I usually have problem with people who have Sun in Capricorn or Mars or the Moon in Capricorn. But a distant planet like Neptune in spirituality is kind of different. And Venus, I have Venus in Capricorn. So my relationships with people can often be cold and calculating. Instead of, genuine, like it takes a while to get to know me, okay? And with Aquarius, we're known as a complex personality. Really easy to be with, but difficult to understand, that whole dichotomy. And Mercury is in Pisces. So Mercury is how you communicate, and Pisces is real spiritual and ethereal, okay? You're connected to the world through your intuition. Perceptiveness is amazing. You soak in your environment, okay? And in the 12th house specifically, you have a curiosity for strange topics, the paranormal and unusual people and worlds, okay? And your intuition and analytical mind form one whole piece and perfectly blend into each other. So there's a lot of cool stuff, but then I could read the negative stuff, like Mars square Moon, and Mars is your masculinity, and the Moon is kind of your feminine side. And again, I have them in the signs that they are ruling. So I really can be super masculine and I can be super feminine and take ballet for 5 years and cry in movies, or music. Like I'm living the human experience. Okay, I'm not gonna tiptoe my way around or walk on eggshells on what I think life has to offer. Okay, and my birth chart says I'm good at birth charts. Okay, you can read another book, Uranus in the 10th house. Once again, Uranus is in Sagittarius, means I'm kind of, revolutionary proceedings occur at a breakneck pace. That's what it says. But Uranus in the 10th house, you know where you want to get to and you're ready to pay the price for it. You're driven by fierce determination. You do not accept this and that. You do not leave your social and professional life in other people's hands. You want to run the boat of your destiny without fearing to row against the tide. So yeah, it also says Uranus in the 10th house is good astrologers, because Uranus is ruled by Aquarius, the sign of astrology, wink wink, and 10th house is your career. So that reading means that you're a good astrologer. So there's that. Okay. Mars in the first house, kind of a go-getter, egomania type thing, But hey, it's all good. It's for the benefit of all. But I have no Taurus. I have only the Chiron in Gemini, a Fortune in Leo, which is a okay reading. This one, Vertex in Virgo. I'm not too sure about that one. Pallas in Scorpio, Ceres in Sagittarius, Juno in Capricorn. North Node in Aries, which is kind of my what I'm trying to be in this life, more assertive instead of passive. Okay, and the South Node would be in, the opposite, of course, in Libra. South Node is what you've already been. Some say what your past life was. And Nietzsche was a Libra, so I like to, my imagination goes far. And I really just want to do like a past life regression hypnosis one day just so I can get the answers. But I don't know, that stuff's, you got to find the right person, you got to be in the mood, you got to pay for it, you got to travel. I mean, wish I could just do it myself, like an I Ching reading and the 3 coins. But anyway, this is a really cool, this is the main website I use primarily because all the colors, like I learned to distinguish the planet colors and the sign colors and the squares and the sextiles and the oppositions and the conjunctions, through this site, because easily visualized in this way. So, I mean, just for example, if I move it back an hour, let's see what changes. Oh, see, the ascendant is now Aquarius. Okay, so your time matters. Your time is half of your birth chart. All the houses just moved back by one complete house just because the hour changed. Okay, so Mercury, you know, that's actually in the same spot. So yeah. Anyway, I finally figured out how to like film myself while I'm filming the screen. You just do QuickTime screen recording while you have your face in the background. Like, this is a real bootleg way to do it, but hey, first time for everything, right? Take it easy.